Pioneer Sacrifice, the story of three 18-year-old boys, as told by President Gordon B. Hinckley. In 1856, over 1,000 pioneers, perhaps even some of your own ancestors, found themselves in a dire situation as they crossed the plains on their journey to the Salt Lake Valley. Due to unfortunate delays, they left too late in the season, and by the time they reached the highlands of Wyoming, they were caught in an early winter storm. Bitter cold and relentless snowfall made their journey treacherous, and every day, more lives were lost. As President Brigham Young opened the October General Conference, he received word of the suffering pioneers. Without hesitation, he issued a call to action. Teams, wagons, supplies, and rescuers were needed immediately to save those stranded on the plains. Time was critical. When the first rescue party reached the Martin Handcart Company, they faced a devastating reality. There were too few wagons to carry all the weak and starving pioneers. Many had no choice but to continue walking, despite their failing strength. Then came the greatest test. On November 3rd, 1856, the pioneers reached the Sweetwater River, its icy current filled with floating chunks of ice. The freezing water seemed impossible to cross. Weak and exhausted, many simply could not go on. Grown men, who had endured so much, collapsed onto the frozen ground and wept alongside the women and children. And then, something incredible happened. Three 18-year-old boys from the rescue team, C. Allen Huntington, George W. Grant, and David P. Kimball, stepped forward. To the astonishment of all who watched, these young men carried nearly every member of the Handcart Company across the river, one by one. The cold was unbearable. Each trip through the freezing water drained their strength, but they refused to stop. They worked tirelessly, driven by faith and an unshakable determination to save the suffering saints. Their sacrifice, however, came at a great cost. The severe exposure to the bitter cold took its toll, and in the years that followed, all three of these young men died as a result of their heroic act. When Brigham Young heard of their courage, he wept like a child. He later declared that their act of selfless service had guaranteed them everlasting salvation in the celestial kingdom of God, worlds without end. These three young men were only 18 years old, likely holding the Aaronic priesthood. They left behind a legacy of faith, bravery, and sacrifice, a legacy that continues to inspire generations. To all who hear this story, be true to your faith. Be true to your heritage. Be true to the calling that God has placed upon you. Their sacrifice is a reminder that even the youngest among us can do truly great things. As we reflect on the unshakable faith and sacrifice of these three young men, we are reminded that true heroism often comes in moments of quiet courage, when ordinary people choose to act despite overwhelming odds. Their selfless service echoes across generations, calling us to stand firm in our own faith, to lift those in need, and to carry each other through life's most difficult trials. May we never forget the legacy of these three young men, who, at just 18 years old, answered a call greater than themselves. Their sacrifice is a powerful reminder that faith, duty, and love for others are the marks of true discipleship. Thank you for joining us on the Nauvoo Chronicles. If this story moved you, be sure to subscribe, share, and leave a review so that more people can hear these powerful stories of faith and endurance. Until next time, keep the faith, honor the past, and live with courage.